Tech Trunks is missing from Global, so is his Part 2, Mamba and Android 18, as well as Physical Turles, his Part 2, LR Goku, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the Tanabata celebration, or what will be Global's thank you celebration, as well as his Part 2, LR Carnival Omega. And honestly, these are the units we're missing, but that's not even it in terms of what you have to look out for before the year ends for 2023. So there's a lot to kind of not worry about, but it's really important for you to sit down, take a look at everything I'm going to show you in this video, so that way you can make, I guess, the best decision you can make for your account in terms of what you should spend, what you should skip, what you should save for, because again, information is literally your best friend here. The more you know, the better you'll be at, I guess, kind of allocating your stones at certain banners and making sure to stay away from other ones that you may or may not even care about. So in this video, we're going to go through all of that, but of course, I do have to catch a few of you lacking really quick with a push-up challenge or subscriber challenge. And it's very simple. If you summoned on this guy's banner, on the LR Physical Trunks banner, in the last 24 hours, so I don't care if it was a multi, finish a rotation, a free multi, a single summon, you got caught lacking today. It is what it is, alright? It's time to save Dragon Stones, alright? If you are currently subscribed to the channel, thank you for that. All you gotta do if you got caught lacking is drop down and give me 8 push-ups. It's very simple. But if you're not subscribed, you got caught lacking today, you gotta subscribe. It is what it is. Let's hop into this video. So we don't really know what's going to be next, and I'll do a video whenever we get teasers about what's going to be next for Global, but as of right now, either Trunks or Turles are very likely to be the next Dokkan Fest for Global. If it's Tech Trunks, you're going to have this banner at most likely this banner for Part 2, and if it's Physical Turles, you're most likely going to have this banner for Part 2. Now, I'll tell you right now, Tech Trunks, if you're a big fan of Trunks, like everyone always says, if you're a big fan of the character that's going to be releasing, then sure, do your summons, but according to the reception of JP players and just, you know, the overall consensus, he's good, but not anything absolutely busted, right? I feel like you can get away with skipping Trunks in terms of just overall value. And, you know, his banner doesn't really matter too much. Like, there may be a character you really want on the banner, but at the end of the day, you're shooting for like that main specific Dokkan Festival character. You can always buy characters from the shop, and we'll go more in depth with these banners in future videos when they actually release. But the point is that Trunks himself is whatever, you know. And this Part 2 banner, you know, in terms of overall value, it's whatever. So if you want to summon, you can, but I'm telling you now, there's definitely better options for the future. And I'm going to tell you right, actually, let me just save you the time and just point out that no matter what's releasing, this is definitely going to be the best value thing that drops this year, or I guess towards the end of the year, start of the new year. But I only say that for those that are new players or don't have many Dokkan Festival characters or LRs. If you have an advanced account, you have most, if not all of these characters, this type of summon is not really, you know, gonna be worth it too much. If you don't know what this is, it's essentially just a step up summon. You can do 3 rotations, so 1 rotation is going to cost you 5, 10, 15, 200 Dragon Stones for 1 rotation. You can do 3 rotations, so you have to use, not have to, but it's going to cost you a total of 600 Dragon Stones. But every single summon, every single step you do, guarantees you a character from this pool. And this banner will be updated. And again, I'll do another video on that, talking about what characters you can expect to see on the updated 2023, or I guess 2023 step up banner. Is this the most recent one? Probably not. The point is that this is going to be definitely the best value. Every single summon you're doing is guaranteeing you an LR. On step 3 and step 5 is guaranteeing you an LR, and the other steps are guaranteeing you super extreme class or category leads. On top of that, you can also pull LRs in the 1st, 2nd, or even 4th step as well. Like you can pull Broly on the 5th step. You can pull LR Janemba on the 1st step. I pointed to Jiren and said Janemba, but you get the point, right? You can pull LRs on any step. It's definitely really, really great value for your stones, but only, of course, if you're new to the game or don't really have many characters. For many players, or for players who are advanced, not really too crazy. Back to going in order, all right? So that's at the end of the year. But in terms of what's coming next, we have Physical Turles. Definitely one of my favorite Dokkan Fest releases of this year. I just love the art. I just love the kit. I think this is going to be a fun unit for, you know, people who enjoy running extreme class characters, or maybe fan of Turles. You can definitely sub in. I'm probably still going to skip, right? But yeah, I mean, again, this guy is definitely not bad whatsoever. You can still get away with, you know, making good teams out of him. It's been a while since he's dropped. Definitely hasn't aged too much, but, you know, still a good character. His part 2 LR, it's whatever, right? Goku's fine, right? Like, it's not anything crazy. The banner itself is not anything crazy. If you want specific characters, I recommend just buying them from the shop if they're on the banner, but again, like, I think for most players, you can get away with skipping, especially because of what we're going to actually hop into next, which is going to be LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Tanabata. Now, I will say, I think the consensus around this character now compared to when he dropped has kind of lowered a bit. Like, I don't think people really see him as good as what he once was when he dropped, but he's still, again, an incredibly powerful unit. And I know many people watching this don't even care. You want Super Saiyan 4 Goku? It's okay. I want him too. I don't really care what other people have to say. I really want the Super Saiyan 4 Goku as well. And the part 2 is going to be Carnival Omega. So if you want a GT Bosses buff, this could be, you know, a banner for you to summon on. But at the end of the day, it's, again, like, if you see value in this, if you see value in GT Bosses, if you need GT Bosses support, if you really need, you know, buffs for your GT team, these are minor banners that you end up summoning for. And the Tanabata banner themselves, again, it's a great banner because you have the anniversary LRs on it, right? I will mention this right now. There is this Tanabata banner that's going to be dropping on Christmas for a global Dokkan, and it has the 8th year anniversary LRs on it. If you want the 8th year anniversary, actually, wait a minute. No, the original Super Saiyan 4 banner will not have the anniversary LRs. I think I mentioned that. No, they won't have the anniversary LRs on them. I was confusing it. No, they're going to officially you know, re-release with this Tanabata banner, and if you want to buy them with coins, you can at that point. But Super Saiyan 4 banner is just, it's fine. I believe, for some reason I thought the anniversary units would be on there, but I don't think they actually are. So regardless, again, great unit overall. Definitely better than some of the other ones we already looked at in this video. But if you don't want them, you can definitely skip. I'm just showing you what to expect before the end of the year. Again, we have his part 2 Carnival Omega. Not the greatest character of all time, but definitely really strong. An amazing buff for GT Bosses. Then we also have heroes, right? So that was basically the end of the characters that were missing. I didn't really include the banner units for these, you know, characters. Doesn't really matter too much. But that's essentially it for all the characters themselves that were missing, right? Banners. But these next few things I'm going to show you are things to keep in mind as well, starting off again with Heroes. We know Heroes 2023 is going to release 5, 4, 6 new characters. It's going to be dropping sometime mid to late November. And again, these characters tend to always be good, not anything great, not anything super exceptional. This could be the first year they drop an LR, but I say that, you know, holding out a very small amount of hope, because you know, they could have done an LR 2-3 years ago for Heroes. They don't. I don't know why. We'll have to see what they decide to do, but just know that Heroes will be dropping. We don't know what it's going to be. It'd be cool to see like a static Aura Gogeta, right? Gogeta Blue, or Super Saiyan 3 Rose, I think would be incredibly hype as well. I don't really know what arc they're going to be focusing on next, to be honest, but I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Rose Goku Black and the Zamasu with the patch over his eye, that could be some interesting buffs for future. That I think, actually, would that be considered future? I don't know. I don't really know. But actually, hold on. Janemba, is he considered movie bosses? He's not considered movie bosses. Because he's not from the movie. That makes sense. So never mind. I mean, if they actually release Super Saiyan 3, yeah, if they release Super Saiyan 3 Rose, or if they released like Zamasu or any character that were like, let's say Blue Goku, I mean, he'd be around my gods, obviously, but these characters wouldn't be on those saga specific categories, which I feel like is interesting. But we'll I don't really have a problem with it because this Janemba is not from Fusion Reborn. I get it, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, so this banner, something to keep in mind. We also have, like I mentioned before, Tanabata dropping on Christmas. It's either Christmas Eve or Christmas. It's one of the 2 days. They might do it early. I highly doubt it, but this banner you should look out for. I'll also mention this. Buy the anniversary characters with red coins. Save your red coins and buy the anniversary characters with your red coins. They're going to be the best red coin pickups that you'll basically have available to you throughout the rest of the year. Don't try sniping any one of these characters off this banner. It's just not worth it. You can literally have, you know, 2 Vegito blue animations back to back to back and pull 3 Tech Gogetas back to back to back. And maybe you don't have Tech Gogeta, maybe that's a W for you, but in terms of the overall value of this banner, it's just not the greatest thing, right? So just keep that in mind. Anyways, we also have the New Year step up, which we already discussed earlier before, and then we have this. Now, last year, JP and Global shared the late December Dual Dokkan Festival release in the Gohan as well as Piccolo. I don't remember the last time Global and JP Dokkan shared something to then not share it again the next year. So example is Saiyan Day. Once we started sharing Saiyan Day, we've never gone back. Same thing with Golden Week a few years ago, World of Celebration. I mean, Heroes. Once we share it, we've never gone back. And I don't know if they're going to follow the same kind of tradition with that end of December release, but we'll have to see. Now, if they, like, again, this is something that I don't know. No one knows. So if you're someone who believes they potentially could, you might want to save for something. Again, we don't know. JP's definitely going to get something, right, at the end of December. Whether Global gets it or not is the $1 million question, but I'm letting you know now that if you decide to go crazy on Tech Trunks or go crazy on Turles if they drop before this banner, just know that, you know, there could be something here. And it's hard to kind of pick and choose, right? Because I'm telling you, I'm essentially saying, don't summon on Trunks because something might drop in December. I get that. It's kind of hard to look and believe. So I'm just letting you know, be aware of it, right? It's potentially going to happen. If you save stones, but nothing drops for Global, then, you know, like, it is what it is, right? But just know that I'm just giving you all the information for you to make the best decision you can possibly make for your account. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is pretty much everything Global Dokkan is getting. I didn't really include EZA banners because those don't really, you know, we don't care. We'll talk about those later. But for the main important releases, this is everything that Global Dokkan should be getting. There could be surprises, right? Remember that Global and JP Dokkan are syncing, so there could be a simultaneous release outside of Heroes for the remainder of the year, which could definitely weirden, that's not even a word, could make things for Global, English. There could be some simultaneous releases outside of Heroes from now until the end of the year that could make the schedule more weird for Global, but we can't really predict those things. So as of what we know, and as of previous years of Global Dokkan experience, and I don't mean my experience, I'm saying just everyone's experience playing Global, this is everything we can expect to release. So spend your stones wisely. You have been warned. And don't say you didn't know, because now you know. I'll see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself, and peace.